Hey guys, YouTube exclusive here.
Uh,
The title wasn't changed.
all right, we're local recording. Hey
We're
guys.
local recording. So, in the same way that the last stream started up super hype, this is going to start on the lowest down note ever. You guys get
Six.
exclusive behind the scenes, the making of a Not Another Podcast episode. And it's Phil typing in the title on his phone as I sit at my computer ready to start it up. Also, I'd like to take this time to apologize. I did not put the link for the song last week or 2 weeks ago in the YouTube,
You
and
are
everyone called me out.
Worst.
We said it multiple times. I'm going to do it immediately after this. But I'd like to say now that if you're watching this on YouTube, which you have to be to hear this, it is now officially in the link as of when this goes up.
All right, go ahead and refresh it. See if it works.
Okay,
Now.
so here we go. Now the podcast starts.
Hey!
Please enjoy the show.
In the dusty basement where we met, do you surprise so much because I talk you now? I gotta find a trust from anyone, but I'm alone. You're the only one who can help me out. We'll be as one. We're ready to fight, look over there. They try to kill us for stars. A bomb has got much stronger than before. Don't lose your way, your mind. We have to be as one. Don't be afraid, must be done. This is the way to be more strong. Have a my deep secret, make us miss up. But through this game before my body's right.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Not Another Podcast. We've officially done 6 of these, which is 6 more than I thought we would ever finish. This is your boy Max.
He has the same fucking. It's every time.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up another story, like another news story. I'm talking about the fucking song.
Okay.
Like I don't know it. Like who are these like discount, fucking Lotus Juice and other girl, that like get way more work than anyone in the fucking Japanese music industry do
I
right now.
Don't know. Good for them, and don't stop. So this is another weirdly timed, not another podcast. We're coming to you live 5 p.m. Eastern Standard on a Saturday. Because last night we were up to a bit of shenanigans that we'll talk about a little later on. Not as much as we thought we were going to have to, but we'll still bring it up, talk about it.
Oh, whoops, fuck. Okay, I was just trying to make sure that we were actually.
If you guys
live.
were wondering what the stream sounded like on stream, that's what it sounded like.
Hey, we did it. Hey, that's about the least amount of technical issues I think we've had. Just that the very bare
That the
minimum.
stream has known about, yes.
Mhm, yes, absolutely. It never stops. It'll never change. And
No.
at some point, we'll have a professional studio set up, and it'll be very weird when that day comes because we'll be at like episode 125, and we'll look
Yeah.
at each other and say, "Where's the spark? Where did it go?"
Where did it go? See, I'm really happy you're looking so far ahead and not like we'll be done by episode 11. That's really positive thinking. That's what's going to get us through to the end.
Yeah, dude.
But
whatever that end may be.
Speaking of doing the same thing for 125 episodes, Phil, What have you been up to?
Hey.
What are those 3 things you've been doing? Listening, playing, watching.
Listening, playing, watching. I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't been watching shit. I have not like even had the need to go out or like watch any. Like I think I had a whole laundry list of things I wanted to watch last week that I was just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, I'll get around to it. And then video games fucking happened.
Yeah.
I will say that at some point in time, there was this like lull right before Far Cry 5 came out that I did not want to play any fucking video games. Like there was just nothing happening.
Yeah.
Like everything, I had played the shit out of everything, and if I hadn't already played the shit out of it, I wasn't really feeling it. So I was just kind of sitting there waiting,
Twiddling your thumbs.
twiddling my fucking thumbs. So before we get into the playing part, which is the most, I guess for watching, it's movies, right? But we'll get to that.
Watching is everything.
Yeah, so we'll get to the
anything you've
movie.
seen. I would even say notable YouTube videos I'd throw in watching.
Notable YouTube videos.
Something you want to...
Well, shout out to Clean Prince Gaming, who's always doing like exactly what we should be doing and is like releasing consistent video essays like all the time. And we're taking a month to release Senran Kagura, which I will have the footage.
And
some
even
point
longer
to.
for Fatal Bullet.
God damn it.
Big sorry.
Big.
I have the
big
entire
water.
next week off. And then, like I said, April 8th, Fatal Bullet will come out. I promise.
Oh boy.
No crossing fingers, no crossies.
Time to break that fucking promise.
I will still break the promise, though.
We haven't broken a promise yet, right? We've only just said.
We haven't made too many promises. We've been very coy. We've been like, expect something at a point in time.
That's good.
On you to expect something.
At some point, we'll turn around and there'll be videos.
Baby steps. We've been really consistent with this podcast, other than the fact that this is not Friday at 8 p.m. But other than that, we've been pretty
God
consistent.
damn it! There's a reason for it. We promise, and it wasn't a we
Lazy
were
thing.
Lazy. No,
we were
it
doing
was-
research.
Oh god, we were doing some fucking research. Got
Ugh.
Raging Clues last night. So what I've been listening to, I've been going back and forth between a couple of bands. Nothing has really changed super hard. I actually picked up the Jet Set Radio soundtrack, the Future, Jet Set Radio Future.
Oh, you
listened
did.
to a lot of older songs on that one.
Oh, boy.
Aisle 10, I'm Not a Model.
My
Latch Brothers
listening
Bounce.
thing, my listening section will definitely appeal to your current interests. Then
Good. I'm about it. I don't know what it was. I guess it was just like I follow Hideki Nakaguma, I think his name is, who is the
that
guy
sounds
who,
right.
Yeah, who's the guy who did like a lot of the OST for Jet Set Radio Future and curated
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the things. And I guess he posted The Concept of Love, which is a fucking jam,
Yeah.
classic and a half, and it just led me down a line of like, wow, I forgot the Jet Set Radio Future soundtrack was really vivid and vibrant and out there and isn't just like super happy all the time. I'm Not a
Yeah.
Model is a really fucking cool song because it's like weird alternative punk rock with a psychedelic electronic dance mix thrown in. It's so
Yeah.
weird to fucking explain what that song is.
I do significantly enjoy the Future soundtrack more than the original Jet Set Radio soundtrack.
Yeah.
Which is still a good soundtrack, but like, man, did they step it up for Future?
Well,
like,
Future is just the fucking definitive game. You just can't play
it.
Jet Grind Radio at all. I have the fucking PC version. I think I actually refunded the PC version.
Really?
Yeah,
I
because
didn't have any issues with it.
I had a bunch of issues. I think mainly because I was using a bad fucking Joy 2Con thing for the the DS4.
Oh, I have just a standard Xbox One controller. so
Yeah,
that's why.
and that's really what it came down to. Is I bought a Xbox One controller, and that's it. All of my controller worries are down the drain. That controller's really good for PC gaming.
Yep.
And that's it.
Got my dumb LED one over there.
So good. It's actually a really good design. Now, if you get over the fact that the bumpers are like once you get them unsticked, because no matter which fucking controller you have, they fucking stick right in there all the goddamn time. They're really fun. I like them a lot.
really
They
good.
worked for Fatal Bullet on the PC,
Hell yeah.
which I tried to play again, and I just dropped it really fast.
Damn.
But I've been listening to Jet Set Radio. Got into Android 52 and Lem Kuja, which are two future funk kind of producers. Respectively, they get uploaded a lot on Artsy Music and Waifu Wednesdays. Great fucking two channels that if you haven't followed, please go ahead and follow those, because maybe at some point, if this podcast or this channel goes anywhere, we'd like to do some kind of back and forth. Hey, let's use your music because I love your music, guys.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Waifus and future funk go hand in hand.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
Japan is just a nation of future funk. That's what I'm assuming.
I'm sure. Having never been there, it's just Jet Set Radio all the time over there.
I've watched a lot of anime. Okay, I think I know
You're
what
right.
I'm
You're a
talking
chief.
about.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
You're lying all the time.
Jeez. I'm Professor Weeabology, but I didn't even pass the
Not even a
exam.
PhD, dude. You're like an undergrad. You're like
No, not even. I'm still
No,
in school.
you're still in like high
I'm
school.
the Van
like
Wilder of anime.
It's more like in like preschool where you stand up in front of the class. And it's like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I just keep talking about how cool Outlaw Star is. and
Yeah.
that's-
It's like, yeah, I just want to study Trigun till I die.
Fuck. Do you, not to like completely bypass, are you retroactively looking at stuff that you used to really enjoy and going, maybe I shouldn't enjoy it as much because people hate it? Not because I'm generally swayed by public opinion, but because of the fact that it's like you hear so many people say it's a shit thing and you go, is it really bad? Like Trigun is one of those animes that
Yeah.
people consistently tell me is like, it's a bad fucking anime. But I remember liking it a lot, but only because I did the Adult Swim thing of coming back and watching the episodes out of order.
Oh, I gotcha.
So, the small bits I did end up eventually watching, were really good. The ending song is amazing.
yeah.
No one remembers the ending theme. That ending theme is fucking baller. I think there was a time with like that, Trinity Blood, and Hellsing that like anime within the 1998 range or 1997 to 2004 all had like this weird post-progressive alternative rock band kind of thing. Ergo Proxy is another good example of it. If you watch like the Ergo Proxy OP, it looks like a fucking MTV music video back from circa early 2000s.
Yes,
It's
I have
super
seen
cool.
that. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
And I love that vibe, but like Trigun apparently is really bad, and I haven't actually sat down to watch it the full way through.
The amount of times I've heard it's like Evangelion is like an overrated piece of shit.
Ooh.
I don't think I will ever falter. That is probably, it's a masterpiece. I
Yeah.
don't care. It takes, if I was watching it as it was coming out, I don't know if I'd feel the same way. It's definitely one of those shows you need to watch to completion to like get it. But like overrated, probably, sure. But like a bad show, no. The fact that people are still like, it was a trendsetter, dude.
Yeah.
It came out and it totally just threw out all the conventions of like the mecha genre and turned it into and now there's a whole bunch of, now we're in that period of everything is Evangelion.
Everything's Ava. Everyone's upset. Depression is all over the place.
Maybe I'll talk about that when I get to my turn.
Oh
but-
boy, here we go. Okay, so three things I've been playing consistently. So I don't know the legality of the situation, and I hate to be that guy, but I think I talked about Soul Worker Online the last podcast.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so
Yes, you did.
I was playing that, and at some point, I was like, "Fuck this! This game does not work. This is all bad. The amount of like the difficulty is not high enough to where it's like impossible to play." Oh, are you all right?
Tried to hide it. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm good.
But like that coupled with the just obscene fucking prices of the in-game shop, I just said fuck it. I want to play this game. This game is really fun, and I really want to like dedicate time to it. So there was a fucking private server that I played before called Burning Soul Worker that they have been very like adamant about saying no, we're not getting shut down. So I'm assuming they know something I don't.
Yeah, they must.
They must have something on the, because they've quite literally said to everyone how long is this ever going to stay up, because it's a fucking private server. And they said if there's a legal battle, we will have that battle. I have never had a private server
a
fucking person,
team of lawyers.
yeah, turn around and say no, we're fine.
We're going to win.
Someone blackmailed a guy at Lion Games and is like, I want to play this game my way.
Damn.
So I played it because they just recently released a patch that brought it up to literally one patch before the Korean version, which is actually still not as far as the American version, or rather the global version from GameForge.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things like there's a class advancements for at least 3 or 4 characters. They added a lot of gameplay adjustments. The gameplay is far smoother. That fucking server is located in EU West, and it runs better than the fucking North American server.
Yeah.
That's
makes sense.
insane to me.
Yeah.
And it's insane to me that GameForge still can't figure out, because like I can dodge shit in the Burning Soulworker one, I can't dodge shit in GameForge, and that's really what makes the goddamn difficulty way worse. Is the fucking hurt box is not as good. Like you can't do like 60 like frame perfect dodges in the fucking GameForge one, which makes it really stupid hard. So I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it. If people like stupid dungeon crawler anime MMOs, you can either play the official version or you can just join me.
I
Burning
might
Soul
actually do
Worker.
that, because when I was watching you play some with your gun kata
Gun
guy.
Jazz.
Such
a good fucking name for a class.
I hope one day I can put that as my job
His
title,
character
wherever
name
I'm
is
at.
Erwin Arclight. He is the Gun Jazz class. It's so cool.
Son of a bitch, that is so good. I'll have to give it a shot then.
It's pretty cool.
Now that there's an option to actually play it.
Yeah, and his advanced class is I think I showed it to you, right? Where he has like a move where you can dodge backwards and then jump onto a fucking hoverboard that has missile openings on the bottom of it, and you can just ride your hoverboard above enemies and start AoEing
Hit him with the
them.
airstrike.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's super fucking rad, dude.
God.
And then of course the sword lady she's got dual wielding swords at her advanced class. So
Advanced class.
Yeah.
I'll get there. I'll work for it.
yeah. So that's a fun game. It's like Closers Online. You know what I mean? I feel like I should do a fucking video on that too. Is top 5 silly anime games you might actually enjoy.
Korean MMOs that you've never heard
Dungeon
of.
Fighter's going to be on that list because Dungeon Fighter is actually really good.
Top 5 anime MMOs you should renew your antivirus before you play.
Yeah. But other than that, like actual video games that people would play.
Yes.
So 2 games in question. The first one I'll get into just for because I played 44 minutes of it last night. Super excited to get into it. Ni no Kuni 2. I traded a fuck ton of games yesterday for 2 games. One of them was A Way Out, which we are now streaming.
Yeah, having a good time with that.
That's a very fun game.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was only $30, so I traded in an absurd amount of games, got at least $120. So I got that.
Yeah.
Got a Steam card for $60 to pay off Ni no Kuni.
Mm-hmm.
I have like $40 left.
That's just enough for everybody's golf, dude.
You're right. I should probably get off.
It's actually a pretty solid golf. No one cares. Go ahead.
No one cares.
No one cares about everybody's golf. Except for me.
So, on top of all that, I'm playing Ni no Kuni 2, and I didn't play the first one, but I remember watching some streams of it early, and it was a very lighthearted affair. I mean, it's got the Studio Ghibli art team behind it, at least. I don't know. I think it's not as many people from Studio Ghibli are working on it in the second one, but the art style is still, holy shit, that art style at 60 frames or unlimited frames, beautiful.
Yeah.
Jaw-droppingly beautiful fucking game. Game starts out with the President of the United States on like the Golden Gate Bridge, and a nuke goes off and blows up a city in front of him.
So still lighthearted, I see.
Still lighthearted. then like as he's in the crashed car, like freaking out, he gets teleported away to Ding Dong Dell, which is the name of that kingdom. Shows up and he's like 25, 30 years younger, looking like a badass like samurai dude. And the first thing that man does is there's a mouse guard who's about to kill the little king man, little boy who's a king in this universe. And he's like, guards, get him. And they're about to fucking like get him, like stab him in the back. This motherfucker pulls out a 1911 gun and starts gunning down the mouse kingdom and goes, that's too loud, and picks up one of their swords, and that's how your battle tutorial starts. And I was like,
So do you play as the president of the United States?
one
in
of your
this
party
game?
members is the president of the United States. It's fucking awesome, and I can't wait to get more into it.
Wow. Okay, that's
Like he's so nonchalant about the whole affair. He's like, I'm either dreaming or dead.
if I go back to San Francisco, I'm gonna have to like deal with that.
Yeah, like he's
so
trying
I'm
to
gonna
like,
stay in Mouse Kingdom.
it's
Like,
basically happening during a coup. The whole thing's happening like as this coup is going on, and the kid has no idea. The kid's like, well, why would anybody want to kill me or my dad? And he's like, I used to run a country too.
is the president's name Michael Wilson?
No, his name, I don't know his last name, but his name is Roland, which is just as good of a name.
Damn.
That's a pretty good
So
fucking
it's not
name.
a sequel to Metal Wolf. That's
No.
disappointing.
And it's weird. I don't know much about the universe of Ni no Kuni, but like he sat there, and there's a tutorial. You meet like a super cool maid lady who acts as like a personal bodyguard for this kid king. I don't whose name I forget right now. Her name is Nella, and she shows up and she's like, "Hey, let me introduce you to one part of the battle system. Here's your armband. You can put melee weapons into it, and she's like basically explaining your melee weapons. The more you hit, the more powerful they become, and you can expend those by using better skills." And she's like, "Do you have anything else?" And she's like, "Yeah, my gun, like my pistol, but it's out of ammo." And she goes, "Don't worry, it reloads your weapon, like straight up." And he's like, "What?" So you put your gun in there, and it uses your MP to shoot motherfuckers, and you're like, I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is good.
This is nice.
This is really good, and the combat feels good. There's like, I don't know if there's a launcher, but I did a fucking helm splitter on a skeleton warrior the other day.
As the president of the
As
United
the president
States.
of the motherfucking United States.
Is he still in a suit?
He is. When he
Good.
when he shows up, he's in a suit, and they turn around. They're like, okay, we need to make you less conspicuous. So they give him a bodyguard suit, and they're like, all right, you're just a bodyguard for now. He goes, I can dig it. Like, he's so fucking on board, like, so far.
Yeah, because he really doesn't want to deal with the nuked San Francisco he left behind. That's pretty solid.
So I'm very excited about. I might start up because I wasn't very far. I might start up a new game and start either streaming that tomorrow or very soon. Even though I have another open world game, Far Cry 5, that I've been playing on my agenda. Never really too hyped about it. It was one of those games that kind of snuck up on me, mainly because the season pass was really kind of
Enticing.
and then I've got a lot of people. There's a lot of hearsay that some of those modes might actually just be horde modes, which is really bad.
Ooh, you got tricked.
Yeah, I got tricked super hard. But Far Cry 5, in terms of gameplay, is still the best in the series. Like, arguably, a lot of people are going to be really upset about that. Far more organic. It follows the new kid Ubisoft on the block formula of, let's just take what was not fucking good about these other games we made,
Yeah.
and just get rid of it.
The far setting.
Yeah.
Don't.
Or no,
bring it could close cry.
Ubisoft Tower the tower thing.
Yeah, that's.
Which they make a joke about, and he's like, "Don't worry, kid. I'm not gonna have you climbing towers the entire time you're here. Just this one time to get the radio working, and we're good." Like, straight up, as you're climbing,
Good.
it answered me as I'm playing the game. It was like, I was like, "Oh, this is the fucking. Are we gonna have one or two?" He goes, "I'm not gonna do that to you." I'm like,
Yeah.
they know.
I think it's really cool that you're playing as just like the sheriff or like the deputy, right?
Yeah, okay, so that game starts off, and it doesn't... Okay, the premise of Far Cry 5 makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that this cult called Eden's Gate showed up and pretty much militarized the entire zone of Hope County, which is a very large mountainous region. And not only that, but they've made it impossible to reach to the outside world. Under no circumstances does that make any fucking sense.
What year does this take place during?
No, it's recent.
Tomorrow.
It is
Like-
like, people have cell phones and shit, so it is. I'm assuming it's like recent time. Like I don't know a whole lot, but like no matter what, if a whole fucking county of people just disappeared off the face of the earth, you're gonna sit there and tell me that the government's not gonna be like, maybe we should fucking take a look at that Eden's Gate bullshit.
You are when the president's in Mouse Kingdom.
Oh man, the
connected
fucking
universe.
connected universe of Ni no Kuni and Far Cry 5. But the game starts off with you sitting there, and you don't make your character just yet. You just a random sheriff, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like the entire time the local sheriff is hurting you, be like, let's not fucking do this. Like I can't begin to tell you how bad of an idea this is. And the FBI guy's trying to act all fucking big and hard, like, what are they gonna do? Shoot me?
Well,
Just so fucking happens that they let you come into their place, they let you do all the things, and then as soon as you get in the helicopter, motherfuckers start throwing themselves into the helicopter blades to stop your helicopter. You crash, and the guy, the Jamestown looking ass motherfucker, shows up, looks you in the eye, and goes, "I told you God wouldn't let you take me." And then he grabs your partner. I think he grabs two fucking sheriffs that were working alongside you. That, by the way, didn't have any character development, so you're supposed to feel something for them, but you don't really.
yeah, these are your squad mates. They're your boys.
Yeah. And you're apparently the new guy on the team. Always the new guy who's just infinitely better at doing his job than everybody else is. And as soon as that whole helicopter crash happens, the game just starts. Like, which is weird to me, considering that a lot of Far Cry, like in the past, has really elongated intro sequences that this one kind of is very similar in that, but it doesn't do it as like hard.
It doesn't feel as like extended.
Yeah,
like you're just doing tutorial after like
Here's
the world. Here's how your map works. Do the tower.
It still does. It still ends like every Far Cry so far, like every intro sequence wherein it's a vehicle chase and the car's gonna crash.
Yeah.
And instead of getting picked up by the bad guys, you get picked up by some random dude who's also a doomsday prepper, who's like, these guys are assholes and we got to take them all down. And you're just like a silent protagonist, and you go, fuck it.
You try to shake the camera to say no, but the cutscene makes you say yes.
Yeah, the head bob's working too good. So after that, the game just kind of throws you out there, and the way it handles objectives, the way it handles dynamic emergent gameplay, I guess it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's all very... the word that I would use is something that every vegan person would love to tell you all their food is, which is organic.
Mm-hmm.
Every single aspect of that game just operates and is shared to you in a very organic and real way, where you're just like, okay, I caught this outpost, and this guy's like, hey, there's still some stuff we got to do around here. Do you mind helping us out? And it's like, oh, okay. And then if you help like a random person out like on the field, they'll turn around and say, hey, thanks. By the way, there's a prepper stash over here. And the prepper stashes are basically just like puzzle segments that you can get like money, perks, weapons, and all sorts of shit. Mm-hmm. And they're all really interesting so far. Apparently there's also a haunted house one that I haven't hit yet.
That's pretty good.
That I'm pretty excited about. There was one I did play on stream where it was like some guy set up a bunch of fucking bees. Like, he put a bunch of beehives, and he was like, I bet you can't pass these bees, you fucking idiot. And it was very hard, actually.
Yeah,
it was like, wow.
You got to go to the store, pick up a can of Raid. Very organic.
Yeah.
Very organic gameplay.
In terms of the storyline, definitely the weakest villains of the series, like franchise so far.
Yeah, I can see that.
No real reason to hate them other than they're spooky cultist people
that make other people jump into helicopter blades.
Yeah, not to agree with Polygon on any fucking level, but like there is a part of me that's like, I kind of wish they went full fucking crazy with these guys. But they're very... it's the game is tonally like all over the place.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah.
hit you with like almost horror game ass vibes, and then turn around and there's a mission I just did recently, wherein one of your characters has a wife that is about to give labor, and you are literally driving, and he's like, I think there's a full moon out, and there's so much stupid shit that happens that is trying to impede your path. Like, what the fuck? Pigs! Watch out for the pigs! And the lady's like, just fucking run over the pigs! It's a super funny mission that ends on a very lighthearted, like, you want to see your goddaughter? And you're like, oh, okay, I like these characters. They're going to die.
Yeah, the goddaughter won't, though.
Yeah.
She'll get a cool eye patch, fight for revenge. It does do my favorite thing in all of video games, which is just give up at the very start.
Oh, yeah, the secret
Which
ending
I
thing.
love, and I don't even care if it's basically the same thing as it was in like Far Cry 4. Although I like it a little bit more in this one, just because it is literally just coward out. Just don't, just
take
leave.
cowards away. Just fucking go home.
It's
not worth it.
Because like in Far Cry 4, it still implies that a game happens afterwards. Where you're like, all right, let's go blow shit up. Whereas in Far Cry 5, it's like, no, they just go home.
Yeah.
God won't let you take me. All right, well. I mean, if he says so, I guess I'll leave.
If the big man is telling you that, I can't. Who am I to tell him otherwise?
Yeah. But I could definitely see how that game kind of needed to ride the line a little bit in terms of like the villains, especially. Like, I'm not saying go full with like Polygon Wanted, where it's just crazy racist white cult. But it needed a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would have been fine with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like that would still be interesting, and there's never been something like that. I mean, the Helghast were Nazis, I guess, and Wolfenstein is literally Nazis.
Yeah,
But something like that is it. But see, that would have turned a whole lot of people off, I would imagine. You know, like
yeah, because
racists.
We
I guess.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. What a fucking day and age.
Little controversy ain't bad though.
It's not. Pepper that shit in, boy. Love it.
A little bit. Don't over season your food, but
Yeah.
oh man, but good otherwise.
Don't say the N word on stream.
Don't say the N word on stream.
Yeah, it's a good game.
It's a good game. What a-
If you like Far Cry, you'll like it. If you don't like Far Cry, don't give it a shot.
Don't
Honestly,
even- don't
it's
even-
not. Don't even try it.
Not a gateway.
Not a
Alright,
gateway
so
at
I
all.
won't even look at it then.
Yeah. If you're not a shooter fan, just don't worry about it. You're not gonna miss anything.
Okay.
Far Cry fan, really like it.
Good.
Multiplayer exists. Really comprehensive map editor. People have already made recreations of the entire PUBG map. Dust 2,
That's crazy.
whole bunch of shit. Very comprehensive map editor. Super
Imagine
cool.
on PC, it's pretty insane too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's-
So
wow.
yeah, that's all.
So
And
you've
then
been
the
up to-
watching, we'll get to that because we both. Well, I watched one. You watched the same one with me last night. So
All right.
let's
well,
get because it's 5:32. Let's go. Let's have your 30-minute segment.
Yeah, yeah. I'll try to blast through as much as I can. Listening, I haven't been listening to a whole lot. You brought up listening to Jet Set Radio Future
Yeah.
soundtrack, which is pretty convenient because I've been listening to. Do you know who Too Mellow is?
That sounds really familiar.
He's a hip hop artist. He does stuff online. He's doing the soundtrack for a fighting game called Cerebral right now. And then he's released a couple of albums here and there. But he just released his Jet Set Radio tribute album.
Oh,
It's I'm gonna look it up. It's something of
there you go.
Memories of Tokyoto, I think.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
But it's fantastic. All like original songs, the range that he covers. It's just a super good tribute album. It's really good. Memories of Tokyoto by number 2 Mellow No W.
Let's see if the link actually shows up in the description.
It will this time. It will this time, I promise. Other than that, Persona 4 or Persona 3 and Persona 5 Dancing All Night songs have slowly been trickling out. I've been listening to those. Those soundtracks are going to be godlike. Those games will not. So I will definitely still buy the most expensive edition just to get the soundtracks physical.
Oh, man.
In terms
Worth
of
it.
playing, not a whole lot. Broly and Bardock are in Dragon Ball Fighters. I think I hate that game, but honestly, I don't know because I'm probably going to play it again tonight. But Bardock, instantly fun. Broly took some work, but he's a really strong character. He's just incredibly boring.
Mav or Lanchi was having the most fun on, I think it was Thursday night? Yeah, it was Thursday night. Where you were losing your absolute shit, and Mav is sitting there in the other room just like, oh boy, Max is really frustrated.
Really frustrated
Making
with all these
so many fucky wuckies
these
and
fucko,
oingo
the
boink.
fucko boingos happening on. Whoa.
Oh no.
No,
This game's really difficult.
I made the conscious decision that I will probably never stream Dragon Ball Fighters again.
Competitive games can do that to a lot of
Yeah.
people, and I don't think so. The concept of it's just a game, like, has never really been something that I have been able to like hammer down during competitive setting, because the idea of like, especially like with fighting games,
Yeah.
you know you can do better. You just see yourself not doing it because of the fact that you're thinking too fucking much.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're not initiating that ultra instinct part of you, like that hella good game sense, you're not gonna get very far in any competitive setting. Which is like, because like there'll be times where I'll sit there and I'll sit down and I'll try to coordinate with like a team on Overwatch or Rainbow Six, and I'll fucking lose every time. But the moment I turn around and I'm just like, I start just feeling the game and I get the game sense in,
Yeah.
I win match after match after match after match. It's just the disconnect you have to make between the fact that you know you can play better and the fact that you're not, and you have the potential that
Yeah.
you're not going to play better. You just can't overthink it too much.
Yeah, and it definitely comes down to, it's like the thing that makes me the most angry is that I know that I know that I could have anti-aired that super dash and I didn't. Whether it be and I think in most fighting games I handle that pretty well, because I played like 4 hours of Tekken 7 after that with Noctis, who is so much fun.
He looks
Noctis
really fun.
is fantastic. He probably shouldn't have been in Tekken. He's too good. Played him around 4 hours and I kept making mistakes, but I'd like adapt and I'd feel better, and if I messed something up, I felt like it was my fault. I don't get angry at games like I get angry with Dragon Ball Fighters, and that's because fundamentally that game has very poor design choices in it that don't make sense for fighting games. But I won't.
I know
talk
you're
anyways.
saying that defensive options are really low.
Defensive options are non-existent, to the point where even if blocking sometimes isn't a viable defensive option, because when, say you get a clash and that's when two moves hit on the exact same frame, when that happens, both players are basically completely reset. So whatever the next move is, it's basically like you're hitting at the same exact time again. But the problem is, with Dragon Ball Fighters, in any other game, if you clash and you start holding block, you'll be able to just kind of stand back, wait for them to do something, and defend yourself. In Dragon Ball Fighters, the moment a clash happens, any button inputs you were doing before or during the clash basically get erased. And that includes holding back. But that doesn't mean that when the clash ends, it'll register that you're holding back again so you can block. You need to start holding back again right when the clash ends. And that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of in my life. So you can't buffer anything. Buffer is super weird in this game. Everything's safe, from
That sounds like a
overheads
glitch.
to teleports.
That might be a glitch.
It's been like this since like launch, and they've patched it a couple of times. I don't think character balance is the biggest issue with that game, even though like adult Gohan and Android 16 are ridiculous. It's straight up like the game is bad in some aspects. But I keep playing it, so fuck me. It's my fault, I guess. Other stuff I've been playing besides fighting games, I started playing Warframe a little bit.
Really?
A little bit. On PS4. I was on vacation. I was at home. I'm like, I didn't want to play anything. I brought Warframe's free. I like being a space ninja. I downloaded it. I've been having a good time with it, actually.
Yeah.
And I think the grinding stuff is definitely annoying because I'm like trying to get my first like other Warframe right now. I'm working on Rhino. And like I got all the parts to drop like relatively easily, except for one, which is like it's not the chassis, it's one of the interior parts, and I just cannot get the drop to happen at all. I've done it I've the same mission like 30
Welcome
times.
to Warframe.
And I definitely would have stopped playing if it didn't feel so fucking good to be a space ninja.
It's probably one of the best third-person shooters in the market.
Yeah.
Straight up. I would love to see those guys have their hands on like a single-player game.
Yeah.
I would love if you fucking get me an unlikely duo of the Platinum Games team and Digital Extremes to turn around and make Vanquish 2. Motherfucker.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Motherfucker, that would be the best.
That would be really good. I just want a competitive game like that. Like that, if I could play a competitive shooter that played like Warframe, I think I'd like competitive shooters. Like I would play that shit.
I didn't play like Warframe, but there's only 2 fucking shooters that I can think of in my head that were close, which is Guns Online.
Guns Online.
Which, you know, God, I miss that game. That was my childhood. I have a lot of fun stories about like the realization of what K-Style was, and everyone going, "Are you hacking?" And then being taught by the guy who just named himself Korean, like,
wow,
saying, "No, let me show you the way," and he just started training all of us newbies how to do K-Style. So everybody who's like, when the jump from level 20 to level 30 was like, oh, everyone's just kind of doing little dodges, to full-on anime battles are happening in this room right now. Because how much of did you ever play Guns?
I don't.
No?
I think they like rebooted it or did a sequel, and I think I may have tried that. And I was like,
sequels like completely fucking murdered K-Style, because K-Style is not a real thing. Like K-Style is a glitch style.
yeah.
But the idea is that it allows you to play the game in the fastest way possible, and it's insane.
Maybe can you still play the original?
Somewhere there are private servers. I know that there's a version of it. K-Style's made way harder in that, I think, now.
Damn.
But like back in the day, I mean, because the idea is, all right, so you have a dash function with your sword.
Yes.
You double tap W. If you jump after you double tap, it cancels your dash. So you can keep dashing, but you can do it in any other direction. Now, if you do that, for whatever reason, if you do it on a wall and you slash, and you press jump, it knocks you back. So you can dash into the wall and slash at the wall, and you can be knocked back. So what happened is people use it to climb walls. So battles looked like people just constantly slashing and then flying through the air shooting at each other. And it was the raddest shit.
That sounds like the raddest
shit. It was
ever.
so cool, and it gave me carpal tunnel because of how
I would imagine.
Fucking insane you can go online and look up K-Style like keyboard placement, and it fucks your whole hand up.
It's got that Kid Icarus button layout.
Yeah, because the idea is that because you also had to do like get into things like slash shooting, whereas like if you slash and then switch your gun quick enough, a shot will come out and a slash, so you can do double damage. So people would be sitting there and rocking revolvers and being like slash shot revolver, and just get headshots like that. And it was the fucking coolest shit.
That's why.
And there will never be a game like that ever.
Because everything needs to be balanced.
Yeah, and it's
That's
like...
not fun. That sounds fun.
S4 League. I'm not sure if you ever played that one.
No.
Really fun game. Not as like crazy as Guns, but it also had its little... what you could do is that you had an SP system where your stamina bar allowed you to do wall jumps and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So people, what they did was they were finding newer and crazier things to wall jump off of. So there's a map where there's like a train station, and there's a escalator going up, and the main game is called Touchdown, which is just literally there's a little ball in the middle, and you pick up the ball and you run to the guy and get the goal. But except now everyone's got guns and swords and shit.
Yeah.
So on this fucking train, like in the sky, in this floating train station in the sky, people would sit there, and there was a bridge in the way. So what would happen was they would jump off the railing, flip off of the railing, and then find themselves on the wall, and then double flip. So boom, boom, like they would wall bounce between walls, and then change into a weapon and then like start attacking to cancel their animation in the air to also knock people away and then get into the goal. Fucking crazy shit. And no other fucking third-person shooter has been able to do cool shit like that. Like, every Western third-person shooter has not reached the cool, like, find your own gameplay style. Because another thing that you could do was there was a hook, like a little fucking
Grappling hook?
well, yeah, except the grappling hook was a skateboard. So what people would do is you would a really common thing that when I think they patched so it like this the board would take more SP, so you would have to really like get it super quick and super on the fucking frame.
Yeah.
But you could backflip off the train. Fucking as you're backflipping in the air, look at a wall right where like that's in front of the goal, and then use your grapple hook on the wall, go up, flip over, and then dash in with your sword and get a score within 10 seconds of the fucking game round starting.
Man.
Love those
Why do
games.
video games suck now?
Oh man, hackers in those games were really fucking boring, like annoying though,
I
because
would imagine.
it was just very like a hacker that knew K style was like you can't kill him.
He was a god.
He was a god because he had the same movement patterns you did, except he was hitting you way
Except
faster.
he had macros.
Yeah.
So he wasn't getting carpal tunnel syndrome while he was doing it.
Yep.
Which made him way stronger.
Fucking idiot.
But Warframe, fun. Plays fun. I liked it. Other than that, the only other thing I can think of I've been playing a lot is actually a mobile game. It's called Bullet Hell Mondays.
Really?
And it's just a really fun bullet hell game with a dope soundtrack.
I like
And
that.
been playing that a lot. It's nice. Easy to just kind of turn on, do a level, and call it quits.
Just like mobile games should be.
Yup. Definitely not full MMOs.
God damn.
Nope.
Nope.
As far as watching, A Place Further Than the Universe ended, which I have been calling Cute Girls Go to Antarctica. That show is straight up a masterpiece.
Really?
I don't think I've cried that much.
Oh, okay.
Like that show, it is so good. From music, characters, cinematography, it's a perfect show. The only thing I could possibly say is that you will notice there's a bit of a formula where the characters will kind of start with a problem at the beginning of an episode, and they don't really talk about it, and then lighthearted antics ensue, and then at the end they hit you with a really big kind of like emotional payoff or something that's going to make you cry. And while that would be a negative for any other show, fucking works every single time in this one.
Great.
It's not a slice of life. I'm gonna steal from Jeff Thu, Mother's Basement here. It is an adventure show. It is just a really emotionally driven like adventure show about cute girls.
I'm down with it.
Holy shit, 13 episodes. It is an easy watch, especially now that you don't have to wait. I would highly recommend anyone watch that. Other than that, I actually watched I watched something without cute anime girls in it.
Oh.
Family was in town last weekend. My mother turned me on to.
I watched it because I couldn't watch it with my family in the house.
You can 100% bet that I had to wait until a few days ago to catch up on Darling in the Franxx. I started watching with my mom, actually. We haven't watched a show in a while. It's called the Santa Clarita Diet. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Drew Barrymore as a Zambambo.
It's fucking hilarious.
It looked it.
I hated a good amount of it, though, because it is very gory. It is very dark humor, but it
okay.
is consistently, like, it's super fucking funny. If you don't have a weak stomach, or you can kind of just
You don't
force
do
yourself
gore
through it.
very well?
I don't do gore very well, no.
Really?
It varies. Games I can handle it the easiest, and then anime it's a little harder, and live action shit I just can't usually do. But it gets so absurd where like other people start showing up as zombies, and like the mystery deepens, and like but it's funny. It's super funny. I would recommend watching that one as well. Netflix.
I'll take a look.
Season 1 and Season 2 are done. So I don't know when Season 3 comes out. But it hasn't slowed down yet. And the first season has that, like, wow, this is escalating really fast. How is there a second season? And then you get to the second season, it's like,
Oh,
because it keeps escalating.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
episodes it's standard Netflix, like, hour-ish long, but, like, the rate at which you're getting, like, important plot developments is so quick, and, like, again, the humor fucking helps a whole lot. Very funny. Santa Clarita Diet on Netflix. Give
check
it
it
a
out.
watch.
At some point.
Only other thing I'd like to say is that Gigic put out a video, the history of mecha anime. It's around 30 minutes long, and it's fantastic. And I would definitely say if you like anime, or you like giant robots, or you have eyes, you should go watch that, because it's pretty good.
Gigic knew somebody. I think it was Gigic or some other anime YouTuber. Either Gigic or the fucking Anime Man. I don't know if they're the same person. No, they're not.
I don't think so.
Did you ever see that fucking old? It's an old video where it's a white girl pretending to be tsundere. You ever seen like it's in a lot of weeaboo cringe compilations.
I probably have.
If I
been.
showed you the video, you'd probably seen it. She actually, this was a while back, but I just recently discovered the video. She made a response video trying to tell people it was a fucking joke. Like, y'all took it way too seriously.
Was it a joke?
It
though?
was. No, she, like, if you watch the video, it's a very, like, well-worded, like, fuck off, this was supposed to be funny, and y'all made it, like...
Y'all made it weird.
Y'all made it weird and stupid and cringy. And it was a very... I gotta find that video. It's, like, how to be a tsundere girl. Super fucking, like... the hardest of jabs I've ever seen. Just the general and like populace of the internet, because it's true. Because like a lot of people just take shit. How the fuck do we live on the internet and people just take shit for face value now?
Yeah.
Like nobody fucking like. How are you not a natural born skeptic on the internet anymore?
The mental gymnastics I do when I watch, hear, look at anything.
Yeah,
is
like
ridiculous now.
Yeah, like there's always like anytime someone posts something, it's like my immediate reaction is, that can't be real.
Yeah.
Because it's more often than not, it's not. And then when it is, it's way crazier than what it's supposed to be. But the people they don't fucking research. They don't look at anything. They just add it onto a weeaboo cringe compilation, and they're just like
cringe compilation.
weeaboo queen.
Whoopsie. We
I made a
misinterpreted a video.
Made a fucko boingo.
I hate my life.
There's a fucking Sharon actually was telling me about a goddamn like a Google Chrome add-in that changes all of the shit to that language.
Like all the text on
All
your
the
screen.
text on your screen.
It's like
like you'll be reading a fucking news article like North Korea came up and did a whoop whoop whoop.
It's like
big old Kim Jong-un made a fucko boingo.
glops onto a new policy.
Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. So,
But do you know what else I watched that
What
you
did
may have also watched at the same time last night?
do we want to do that first? Or because I'll go over Pacific Rim real quick.
Oh, you can do that, I guess. I thought. Oh, did you not say that when you were talking about what you watch?
No,
I
I
guess
said
not.
we're gonna leave the movies until.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, we'll do Pacific. Rim.
So Pacific Rim 2, watched it last week.
It's so funny because it seems like your whole opinion of the movie completely did a 180 before and after we watched the other movie.
Yeah, because we saw a really good blockbuster action film last night.
Yeah, surprisingly good.
And then I watched it last week, and I was like, "No, it's good. I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
So if I could explain Pacific Rim 2 and the main reason why it is so bad is the fact that try to think of an anime sequel that's being handled by another studio.
Yeah.
And like all the original team is gone. And the only thing that's left is the world and some of the characters. Like very few characters.
Yeah.
Not like I thought it was going to be way more interesting. I thought it was going to be a whole lot of shit going on.
Because Pacific Rim 1 was not just a big, dumb, like, robot movie.
it was a
like-
character development story
Yeah.
too. Like
And, like, I love it. It's like Del Toro was like, yeah, I had, like, 4 hours of, like, character development written. And then I was like, people are only gonna watch it because it's a big robot movie. And I'm like, I want to still see that 10-hour Pacific Rim movie.
I'd watch Pacific Rim, the Netflix series, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But
There's very
not this Pacific Rim series.
Rather than being a story about people that just so happen to also have giant robots in it, Pacific Rim 2 is a CGI robot movie.
It's a CGI robot movie, and it's certainly fun when it does that stuff. What they did for this one is instead of doing like really inventive things, they just gave Gypsy Avenger, the new Gypsy Danger, because the Gypsy Danger was killed in the last one, obviously. They gave him a bunch of crazy new tech. I think I was telling you about the one fucking gun.
Yeah.
It's essentially a gravity gun that he's using to bring down entire buildings onto his enemies. And then like the reason why he's fighting other robots is, excuse me, spoiler territory and all that. Not much to say about Pacific Rim 2 other than if you really like the first one, do yourself a favor. Get really drunk or really high. Something to a point in which you don't really care, and then maybe go watch it. Otherwise, if you watch it now, and you are a very staunch and diehard fan, it'll probably ruin your heart.
Yeah.
Because of how obscenely forgettable the entire cast is. And there are some pretty cool people on board that they just do not use very well. And the thing is that it's like, it picks up plot points and drops them like a bad habit. It has tons and tons of characters that they just introduce as art, like stereotypes and archetypes, and that's it. A lot of the battles are even kind of boring in some instances.
Yeah.
The last battle's pretty okay. I like it a lot, but like after watching last night, like an actual like a scene with a budget.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because like before we go into that last thing on Pacific Rim 2, it didn't look like the CGI was like up to snuff for like. That might just been from trailers and stuff, and they notoriously use older like footage for trailers.
Yeah.
But
It definitely,
saying it looked fake is stupid. But when I think back to Pacific Rim like 1, I believed those giant robots were there. Just the way rain came off and like it looked like it was there. And this one looks like a.
If the first one was an homage to science fiction in general, this one is a parody.
Okay.
Yeah, like it is parodying the whole medium as like the medium as a whole, and it's effectively just a bad anime. It's a really bad anime that is enjoyable at some parts, and a lot of the humor falls super flat like all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Not even like they're trying, and it sucks because like Boyega's a great fucking lead.
Yep.
And they gave him a shitty script. That writing is fucking bad. It is atrocious. How fucking god awful that writing is. But speaking of atrocious,
speaking of us being super wrong,
okay, we're not wrong because
we were wrongly misguided into prejudging an adaptation.
Yes.
Fuck it. Ready Player One is fun. It's a fun movie. Fun things happen, and I had fun. And it's weird because I didn't think that would happen.
Ready Player One is an utterly shameless movie that is 100% fun the whole time.
Yeah. It's dumb.
It
may be the dumbest shit I've seen in my life.
It is dumb. It has too much going on at some points, and the plot just doesn't exist on some areas. You will not see a movie like this ever again.
No.
There is no way you're going to see a movie this crazy with this amount of stupid shit in it and this many properties all clashing with one another. VR Chat, the movie was fantastic. And
VR Chat, oh god, the Ultimate Battle of Ultimate Destiny movie was so much fun.
Oh man, Oriwa Gundam Desu.
Oh. Man, so this is very clearly one of those adaptations. It's the way that all adaptations should be done, I think, where it's like, take the idea and take what I can assume is the heart.
It's the Scott Pilgrim thing.
And take it in its own direction.
Except Scott Pilgrim was good too before.
Yeah, both were good.
Both of those things were good before. Ready Player One was not a good fucking
No,
book.
the book is terrible. We kept reading bad quotes from the book even after the movie.
I ended up reading it.
The whole thing?
Most of it.
When?
Kindle.
Last night?
No.
Oh.
Just in general.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I'll finish it. I got the physical copy.
no, I'm good. I think
Oh, hold on. I can actually show. Oh, another great joke for
audio
audio podcast.
Yeah.
It's beefy,
It's beefy.
but it also
you want
has
to know
like
why it's beefy?
it's got preschool type in it.
Yeah. You want to know why it's beefy? Because there are literal lines,
Paragraphs lists of
of
references.
him making a reference. In fact, one of the most egregious fucking references is when he is talking about Godzilla and Artemis is giggling like, haha, look at how big your fucking 80s dick is.
Yeah, boy,
Um,
you're so cool.
if
Godzilla was a 50s thing too.
Yeah.
I won't.
No, but trust
I
me.
won't judge them for that. I guess.
Yes.
The movie,
So
the book, definitely.
If Ready Player One, the book was a gamer escapist fantasy, then Ready Player One, the movie,
It was a good movie.
was a Spielberg adventure movie.
Yeah.
It's the Goonies in VR. Like, that's the best way to describe that movie to anybody. Is it's the Goonies in virtual reality.
Yeah, and it was scary. The beginning was a little scary because it opens on a pretty long monologue that's very much like, look how cool the Oasis is. You can do anything in the Oasis. It's the hottest shit ever. And there's even like, again, almost immediately after, it's like, that's the bike from Akira. Look how cool it is.
You see that bike? It's the bike from Akira, or it's Kaneda. No, H straight up says it's Kaneda's bike from Akira.
Yeah.
And it's got a Type 1 blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, you idiot. The fucking girl on it. I've seen all her playthroughs and watched all of her Twitch streams, and it's so fucking bad. And
But here's where they get you. They're not. I finally realized it. It works because they're not saying it to you.
Yeah.
They're not talking to the audience. They're talking to each other because they're huge fucking nerds.
Yeah.
And this whole movie, rather than coming off as like just pandering, there's definitely pandering. This movie is full of pandering.
Oh, yeah.
But it feels like genuine. Like it feels like people. It's such a big attention is drawn to it because it's important to these characters in this world.
So there's a few scenes in particular that are played absolutely different from other characters, and a few plot points that are just completely lifted and gone
From the book.
one of the main differences that you can find between Wade and in this one, in the book and the movie, is that Wade, before any of the shit like happened with Halliday, did not give a fuck. He had an Oasis thing. He knew he played it, but he did not give a fuck about what was happening with Halliday. He didn't know who Halliday was. It wasn't until Halliday came out, who, by the way, is way more flamboyant in the fucking book than he is in this movie.
This movie is just a nice old guy.
It's a nice old guy who's obviously heavily autistic.
Yeah.
And it's played off so charming and so brilliantly.
Yeah.
I love that character. The character in the book is a fucking just... Oh, he's so dweeby and like, I'm so pompous and full of myself, and aren't I just the coolest guy?
Yeah.
And it's very dumb. And Wade Watts is not a likable fucking person. You
Which
can
I
tell he's
think-
very one set. Like, I'm broke and I want money and blah blah blah.
The book is terrible. I don't necessarily have a problem with an unlikable protagonist too much.
Yeah.
They can. They need unlikable qualities. That's what makes them a character. But your character can be a dick, but like not to that degree that it gets to in the book, because
Well,
it's incredibly.
because Wade Watts is essentially his Mary Sue, or his Gary Stu rather.
But see, here's the problem. You said like if the book is like a gamer's escapist like fantasy, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like what somebody thinks that the gamer's escapist fantasy is.
No.
What they
No.
think the
Would you-
stereotype.
Would you want to know that? Go ahead and read Armada. I haven't read Armada, but I fucking saw some shit about it.
What is Armada?
Armada is his follow-up, and the idea of Armada is that the Video Game Corporation has been lying to us for decades.
About what?
They're training video game players to fight aliens. So the main character starts fighting aliens, and he becomes
virtual
super
boot
cool.
camps!
And they start breeding a different strain of weed that's made specifically for gaming.
I want to read. I'm returning this book, and
Go
I'm going to
read
go pick
Armada.
up Armada. Fuck
Yeah.
that. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Or if Ready Player One was like at the cusp of like the Gamergate, Armada's full on alt-right bullshit.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
But enough about that shitty, stupid book no one read. Let's talk about this really good movie that no one watched.
no one watched.
I'm-
Except if you're in China. China once again
China.
knocking out of the park.
Yeah,
got
really.
a really high score over on the Dunban thing. Downban? I forget if
Yeah,
it's Downban or
I don't know.
Dunban.
But,
Whatever the rating score is.
don't judge it by the trailers. Go see it. Honestly.
Super heartfelt movie. Honestly,
Yeah.
walked away from it very. Even like all the stupid references, it was like there is one sequence that everyone really needs to see it for, and it's the haunted house sequence. And
Oh,
it's a specific haunted
My
house,
God.
and it's awesome.
It's-
It's so good.
There's the scene in the trailer. I'm sure everyone's seen. There's like a big race. The movie pretty much opens on that. And during that whole first racing scene, the theater was silent.
yeah.
There was no music, and when I looked around, it's because everyone just jaw to the floor. I can't fucking believe how much I'm seeing and recognizing. Where it's like, if they were just trying to get some like cheap, like just trying to sell some tickets,
Yeah.
you would just like, oh, here's the DeLorean, here's Akira's bike or whatever. Even though
Yeah.
no one would go see it for that. But when you look at every frame of this movie, and it's like the amount of original stuff in it is pretty minor compared to the sheer amount of licenses that they were somehow able to get. The only thing you won't see in this movie is any Disney property. Everything else is pretty much there.
Yeah. Yeah. Robo just spoiled it for the chat. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
Don't look at the chat, YouTube.
Don't look at the chat, YouTube.
I'll put the spoiler in the descriptions of the YouTube instead of whatever I was supposed to link this time. Fuck, I forgot.
It's
Oh well.
it's got a lot of. I mean, the real world segments are. Well, once again, it's not a perfect fucking movie by
No,
any
it
means.
the
has a
story
lot
is
of-
silly.
The story is very
The
silly.
plot is silly.
In fact, I like that it's silly because of how bleak Ready Player One actually is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit that they change that is way for the better.
Yeah.
Way for the better. Key points. Deal with Dido and Artemis and like the loyalty facilities and stuff like that. Like characters die. Like not just like kind of secondary like sporting characters. Like people die in Ready Player One. Like very big characters in Ready Player One.
The book.
The book. The movie. You just don't even fucking look at the book. The movie is completely. If you want to ask,
It's its own thing.
completely rewritten. Completely rewritten. And the holiday thing, like I can't. And the thing is that it examines as opposed to sitting there and chant. Like someone had a really good point on Reset Era, which is very rare.
Somebody had a good opinion.
Yeah. Where he said instead of like the movie consistently championing the idea of like VR over reality, it actually took that concept and was like Holiday like straight up who's like, the Oasis is cool, but you can't really get a decent meal in the Oasis. And it was very much like
Yeah.
it was that you know what? And even though he wasn't technically in the movie a whole lot, the actual like raw emotion from the main like the other guy,
Yeah.
Holiday, and an Og, who I won't say who he was.
Yeah.
The raw emotion that like Wade had that conversation with him. He's like, no, but this is why. Da, 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 da. Like
Yeah.
that was great. That was super cool, and it's a very feel-good movie. Like as
Yeah.
opposed to Ready Player One, which is kind of like you walk away from it feeling not a whole lot was really there or accomplished or anything, and wasn't like, given to characters that are worth it. And the other thing is that Ready Player One, the book happens over the course of like a year,
Yeah.
and the movie happens over the course of like a week.
I'd say 2 weeks most.
Yeah, and instead of like Oasis versions of things, he just plays video games in the fucking Ready Player One book.
No.
Oh, it's just such a bad fucking book, dude.
Again, the movie wasn't perfect. There are a few plot points that are like really rushed here and there, but kind of going along for the ride. I thought it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I keep saying fun because that's what it was.
It was
Ready Player Fun.
It was Ready Player Fun. Oh man, I'm still thinking of like certain parts where I'm just like, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like that was a really cool fucking like the final battle too. Just once again, Orewa Gundam desu. Like yeah.
And I do have to say, T.J. Miller plays a character. Miller plays himself.
I
in
didn't
this
know it was
movie.
him.
Oh, you really didn't?
Because I
I'd
don't
watched
know much.
Deadpool recently. So
I don't
that's
know.
why.
The thing is, I don't watch very much T.J. Miller, and then when like I saw his name pop up, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, he felt a little out of place. The
kinda
humor
did.
he had was people laughed. I laughed a few times. It was funny, but it compared to the rest of the movie, he felt kind of like out. Like.
Yeah, like he was like just kind of like because I think they even said like his character is like new to the movie entirely.
Yeah. He was very much like Snark. He was Tony Stark. He was the Tony Stark of this movie.
Tony Snark.
Ooh. I'm writing that one down. But yeah, that's it. Go see Ready Player One. You will not see another. You've never seen a movie like this. You will not see another one like
Watch it
this.
in theaters.
Watch it in theaters if
Absolutely
you
watch
can.
it in theaters. Like 3D doesn't matter. Watch it in theaters though. Really fun movie.
Yeah.
Like
God, 3D I think would be too much.
Oh god, the fucking
Your head
sensory
would, head would
overload.
explode.
Oh man.
So
I guess news happened.
speaking of the N-word,
Oh, wait a minute.
Ninja.
Wait a minute.
What?
Hold on. Let's lay low for a second. Let's talk about some stuff.
Oh, you didn't want to just go right into it? Because we
No.
did last podcast. I thought if they matched up a little bit.
Oh boy.
Aw.
Oh well, we're here now.
Well,
Fuck
but
it,
see,
I guess.
I think that's the true nature of the N-word, is you never really see it coming, but once it's out, you have to talk about it.
Oh, we Milkshake Duck. Everybody loves Milkshake Duck. Literally a week later, we regret to inform you Milkshake Duck is a racist.
Oops.
Oh.
Oops.
So for those of you who have been living under a rock for the better half of March, you were probably either aware or unaware of a Fortnite streamer who has recently come under fire for a mistake that a lot of people are commonly making nowadays.
Especially as soon as they get any sort of notoriety or mainstream coverage at all.
Yeah, and before we go into really what the core concept of it was, a full fucking stop. Disclosure on my part. I have said the N-word several times on my stream.
I've never seen it happen. When you got 14 viewers, no one gives a shit.
It doesn't matter. Like
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. The idea is that like I have, full disclosure, that was a thing that I would say frequently because of the environment that I had grown up in. It was, and this is leading more into the argument, I guess, for why I think he did it. So I guess we'll present the story instead, and I'll do my point.
Yeah.
But Ninja decided, who's a man who with Drake and Travis Scott and all those people, really likes himself some rap, and decided he wanted to rap a song from Logic called 44 More.
Mm-hmm.
And he tripped over the line indica and said the N-word, not like the hard R, the hip-hop interpretation, the reclamation of it. And it was live on stream when he had Nade Shot, another guy he duos with, who I don't think it would have been as bad if Nade Shot didn't immediately hit the fucking stream with the face of, whoa, this is bad. Ninja made a fucko boingo right here.
Man,
We're going to keep fucking saying that. That's my
name of the
favorite thing.
podcast.
Ninja made a fucko boingo.
Yeah.
But, So like I was saying before, full disclosure, one of the main reasons that I had to stop saying it, or that I am attempting to stop saying it, is because I actually have a few black viewers that came up to me and were saying, why exactly do you use that word quite frequently? And I explained to them that I was not born, but I was raised in a ghetto suburbia, effectively, wherein that was normalized in like ingrained in our culture. And it was a term of endearment across very many people, and regardless of your race and color, you were saying it as a kid quite frequently. And I dealt with things like gang culture and stuff like that, and I wasn't involved in it, but I was around it, and it was very frequent. And it was something that you kind of just lose track of it. You don't, because in the grand scheme of things, when you're a fucking kid, you don't see outside of the fucking playground.
Yeah.
You don't see outside of everyone, like out of the schoolyard. Everyone's just kind of doing what they're doing because that's just the world that they live in. That's the world that's, and I think from the early 2000s to now, there's been a very like huge push for progressivism, and it's always been a good thing.
Yeah.
So I had someone come up to me and say, maybe don't do it as much. And when you have to dissect why you're doing that, you have to realize that you've been kind of ignorant to some things. And I'm not going to sit there and lie and say, like, I'm never going to do it again, because it's just, once again, it's hard. It's in the DNA. Like, it's just a part, like, if you get me fucking pissed off enough, I'll fly off into full-on Ebonics mode, because that's, where I'm from. I'm from Miami, where that shit is like, everybody talks like that down there, except intermixed with some Spanglish every now and then. So... I want to say that really what pissed a lot of people off was the fact that he ad-libbed the word in, because the word was not even in, the lyric is not even in that song.
Yeah.
He ad-libbed it in, which to me is more indicative of not him being a racist, which is insane to me that people are even thinking he is, but more so the fact that it's normalized within the culture that he's in, and instead of sitting there and understanding it and going, maybe I shouldn't do this as a white man, he just kind of let it fly, and it's unfortunate, because I'm telling you right now, he probably has a lot of friends on all sides and all races that still use it, and I can bet you 10 to 1 a good majority of the people who are our viewer base use it with each other quite frequently.
Yeah,
quite frequently.
Because we're And I also would say, as far as ad-libbing it in, it's not like that word doesn't pop up in rap. So if you didn't know the exact lyrics and it sounded pretty close,
I haven't heard the song myself. He does say indica and then motherfucker after it, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't heard how it's said in the context of that back and forth, but like, if you're drunk, I mean, I have misheard lyrics for years.
Yes.
I have had lyrics when they told me, like, no, there's no way that's what that says. You can't just rock my world like that. That's not what he's actually saying.
So what I'm saying, so like, this is very different from the streamer who in rage just throws the heart on like a frag grenade.
And I think one of the major things that is actually really pissing me off about how everyone's handling it, mainly places like Reset Era and Reddit, and I'm gonna call them out for their bullshit, because
why stop now?
Why stop fucking now? They are straight up like, all streamers are like this, blah blah blah, and it's very hard to come away from it and like, people are like, how is it so hard for people to not understand? It's like, well, first of all, you can't cover the fucking sun with one finger. And I'm sick and tired of people sitting there with a progressive mindset saying, if I just say you shouldn't do it, you shouldn't do it. Like, that's not a good enough fucking reason anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to tell you this, but humanity requires a reasoning for their actions. You can't just sit there and come up to somebody and say, it's a bad word, you can't say it. Because we say bad words all the fucking time and get away with it.
Never fucking do that. Never.
I've never cursed.
Never
but, like,
cussed.
When it comes to, like, that kind of thing, that kind of word, and the culture is now become a part of the mainstream media,
Yeah.
one of the main things you have to do is you have to educate people. You have to sit them down. You have to take the time to tell them why it's bad to say that word. And one of the main things that I run into a lot is, quite frequently, a lot of my black viewers pass it off in my Discord like nothing's fucking wrong. But you don't know they're black looking at it because they're all typing.
And they got anime girl avatars.
And they're all anime-
They're
they got
all
anime-
white or tan at the most.
So, like, it's really hard to sit there and, like, constantly police people, and then they turn around and it's like, well, he's famous, he should know better, he's got 100,000 people. It's like, yes, no one is saying what he did wasn't bad.
Yeah.
What we're saying is he's not a fucking racist. Like,
Or even a bad person.
or even a bad person.
That just
PewDiePie, on the other hand,
he's probably a racist.
probably a racist.
JonTron has said some questionable things.
Ninja has been pretty fucking low-key
Yeah.
about the whole thing. This is actually the
Unless
only...
the reason why he named himself Ninja was because he couldn't name himself. Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute, I think we're onto something here.
Let me go post to Resetera real fast.
Yeah, hey.
My school email.
Oh, that's right, because they're quote-unquote industry insiders. You can't get in unless you're in.
Yeah.
Fucking
Sure.
circle jerking ass piece
Fucking
of
best
shit.
friends were on that forum for 6 years. Industry insiders.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah,
off.
from MSNBC to
World Star Hip Hop.
World Star Hip Hop, Ninja is taking it by storm. He's still got 100K viewers. He didn't take a hit.
That's the other thing
It's
so really what I was trying to say with the whole Reset Era thing is it really feels like, unfortunately, because he just so happens to not be a man of color, and he is a successful man, that the one thing that they want is they want to see him fail because of this one thing.
Yeah.
And that there is, the outrage culture has reached a fucking new low in which they are effectively going back and now literally combing through streams to find more stuff. It's the Milkshake Duck shit, which I'm not sure if you're super familiar with the
I'm
phrase.
not, no.
So Milkshake Duck was kind of popularized back in the day as a meme. I forget who the guy who created it, but he was like, "Hey, everybody, the internet loves Milkshake Duck," and then a week later, we regret to inform you, Milkshake Duck is a racist. And what the idea is that Milkshake Duck represents a person or a thing that like everybody loves, and then somebody finds a dark past to it, or like a thing that they did that they're just like, it's questionable, and like immediately that people turn on a fucking dime and they're just not super on board with it. I think the fact of the matter is that we are expecting way too fucking much from humanity.
Yeah.
That we are on the internet, and that because of the fact that because progressivism exists, and because you can sit there and get away with a lot of shit on the internet, that suddenly everybody has to play by the rules, or you just get fucked. I'm sorry, dude. Like, if Ninja loses his like any shit from this, we will be sorely lacking a really solid face in the community, because even his apology came out and he was on the face of it said, "I fucked up, and I deserve everything I did." He didn't dance around the issue. He didn't try to own it. He was just very much like, "This is a bad thing, and I know better. I do. I absolutely know better. And man, I don't know what else to tell you other than I'm sorry, and it won't happen again."
Yeah.
And it's like, if anyone had done that, I would respect them quite frequently.
It's like Maximilian.
Yeah.
Let one slip.
Twice. That's the other thing that pisses me off too. They're saying that fucking Ninja said it twice. No, he quite clearly said indica, but then unfortunately said the N-word right after. Like, he said it once.
Yeah.
In his stream.
And again,
guys,
it's like when if you're singing a rap song, again, that's a slip of the tongue.
But it wasn't in the song. That's the thing.
I know it's not in this. I know, but like, if your head's already, was it like the first song of the night?
He was drunk.
Was he like Rocket Man before?
He was drunk.
And
Apparently,
then,
that's all I know is that he was drunk.
You can't drink on stream. Fucking ban Ninja. Piece of shit. Terrible influence. But yeah, no.
Reportedly, I don't know if he was or not.
Yeah, but
if there's going to be anybody who
it's
might
like the
get lit on
Maximilian stuff. It's like, how could you? I mean, it was funny. It was very funny.
You're in the FGC. People pop that fucking word off like there's no one's bit.
They do.
Pock fucking Chop was doing nothing but screaming that shit.
Yeah.
Calling everybody the N-word, telling them they ain't shit.
But what I'm saying, to call Maximilian out as a racist,
Yeah.
That dude is so fucking nice. That's a nice man right there.
Yeah.
Except when you play him in Third Strike. Then he's a bitch and I hate him. Beat me with fucking Necro. That's not even a real character.
I don't want to sit there and
Yeah.
try to sound like the TJ or the amazing atheist of the world and be like Hollywood and the gaming journalists and all these people are in on it. No. While I do agree that there has certainly been like poorly orchestrated attempts to try to fucking like take down people who they concern to be as like previous gamergators.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the conspiracy theory that like modern day media is being overrun by feminists. I do think that unfortunately the idea is that everyone is trying to appease people far too frequently and we're
Yeah.
giving them too much fucking rope to hang us with. Like it's really just there's no other fucking way
There's
to
no
explain it.
balance right now.
There isn't. And because it's either the alt-right shows up or the fucking like Antifa shows up and like everybody's pissed at each other and no one wants to
Everyone's
fucking
angry.
talk
We
and no
just wanna
everyone's
play
fucking
video
angry.
games.
Yeah. And then Polygon shows up and goes to a Rock Band event and talks about how not racist Far Cry 5 is, so they can't be mad at the white people.
Did you combine two separate things just now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Because, man, that Rock Band article,
That was an
that
old
guy
article.
should have been fired.
No, because he did exactly what he was there for paid for. He brought clicks.
Got coverage.
He got
I
coverage.
guess. I don't know.
He covered an event.
I'm still like...
Oh, I'm pissed too. But like that's obviously the kind of business that Polygon runs.
Yeah.
That's like that.
If
like,
it had come from anyone else, I think it would have...
like IGN, yeah, fucking fire him.
Yeah,
Sorry,
You'll
like,
find another guy.
Yeah.
But,
Polygon is effectively just the Vice of the video game world. So
And that's crazy because Vice writes video game articles.
and even those are more agreeable than Polygon.
Yeah, but we did bring it up a little earlier when you were talking about Far Cry. Polygon's like, man, I'm really upset I can't kill racists in this game.
I was actually so here's the thing is that like once again talking about like the extremist side of it, I somehow got into the fucking I couldn't sleep very much last night.
Okay.
And I got down the rabbit hole of the quote-unquote SJW and feminist propaganda that is being propagated by Wolfenstein 2 back when that was a very popular... Remember that shit last year? That was a very popular stance from a lot of people.
What could they possibly...
So if you haven't played Wolfenstein 2, one of the main things that there's a line that the guy hones on. Like he's like, there it is! And... BJ Boskowitz is talking to Grace, who is like she's like a previous Black Panther kind of lady who is fighting against the Nazis, and she's like, he goes, monsters did this, and she's like, not monsters, men. And the moment that was heard, he goes, there, feminist propaganda, and I'm like,
No.
see, if you had a mind that could like parse critical thinking, you would understand that the point of that line is that you're not. She's saying, don't try to demonize them. Everyone's capable of this. Don't let them sit there and be like, oh, they're different from us. No, they're just like us. That's what makes it scary.
Yeah.
That's what makes that's what makes Nazis so terrifying, is because
Yeah.
it is man.
Fuck,
It is
that's
not some fucking alien.
That's a really good line.
That's a super good line. It was fucking, and it was shared super fucking good. And of course, she's breastfeeding her baby while she's saying this.
Yeah, like a
but
real
at the same
badass.
but at the same time, she's smoking too. So it's all. Wolfenstein 2 is a grindhouse film. It is a grindhouse film through and through, and it has some serious, like, thought-provoking things. But it also has pregnant ladies with fully topless, dual-wielding machine guns firing at mecha goddamn like monsters.
Yeah, and
which is
weird
like
baby Hitler man.
Which this guy said, why would I ever want to see that? I don't know, maybe because you're not a fucking baby and you can actively see a woman who's naked and pregnant. It's like, well, that's feminist propaganda, that's feminist empowerment. It's like, God forbid. Like, God forbid something like that ever happens. Like, yeah, sure, it might be mildly uncomfortable for you, but the context wasn't like, I am woman, hear me roar. It was, that bitch is crazy. This pregnant bitch is crazy. And like,
I just want to play. God, both sides. I just want to play. Video
I
games.
just want to play video games, dude.
Just-
Video games can absolutely be thought-provoking pieces, but they don't have to be at every goddamn turn. They really don't have to be art. They
don't
can
have to
be
be.
art. That's like movies. Oh, movies can be art. Music can be art. Doesn't have to be though.
No.
We don't need to fucking solidify
And here's
our
the other
genre
thing: is
of
like art doesn't need to be thought provoking, and art doesn't need to be super like to have a hard stance.
Yeah.
Or be like. Art's a stupid word. I hate the word art
Yeah.
because it means nothing. It's a term that's just assigned to shit.
Did you feel
nothing.
something? Yeah, I guess it's art.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, guess what?
Hey, Ready Player One was art.
I turn the AC on, I feel cold. That's what the A in AC stands for. Art. Art conditioning.
All right. Okay.
All right. You know what thought I got provoked? Ooh, cold.
Oh my god, dude. It's so frustrating. It's incredibly frustrating because it just feels like that is where the conspiracy theories come in. That's where all they get all their power from, is that like it's the general consensus of people in the public turning around and going, well, this propaganda that exists. It's like, not everything is fucking propaganda. Not everything has an ulterior motive. The world isn't completely built around the idea. And which is funny to me, considering we just said earlier, don't take things at face value. But at the same time, there are certain things you can most certainly take at face value.
Yeah.
Facebook news post, probably not. A video game that says shoot the bad guy,
Yeah.
probably yeah.
Probably just shoot the bad
shoot
guy.
shoot the Nazi bad
unless
guy.
the box says Spec Ops the line,
Then you should think about every single action you take.
but you
in that
can't
game.
progress unless you shoot the bad guy. So I guess if you want
No.
to finish it, shoot the bad. What?
You remember there's a part at the end of Spec Ops the Line where
At the
there's
very end.
yeah, you don't have to shoot him.
But to get to that part, you have to shoot all the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Popcorn play it.
Lyle told me that shit and it fucked me up. He goes, "Did you shoot him?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Shoot up in the air." I was like, "Oh my fucking god, I'm a monster."
Oh, it's not like a hit A or B thing. It's
No. Like, okay, remember, like, do you remember a part where, like, Lugo's being, like, all the villagers surrounding you,
Yeah.
and they're all, like, mad as shit, and you have to get them to go away. Like, if you can shoot at them, and that's when you tell your guy, the last remaining guy, open fire. That's what I did. Lyle said, "Did you shoot in the air, though?" I was like, "No."
No.
But at work, he goes, "Yes." I was like,
That's the point.
"Whoa!"
See, that's the point. Video games become art.
Yeah, and that's
That moment.
fuck, man. Spec Ops: The Line is so cool.
Man,
Oh God,
it's a shame no one bought it or played it.
because it wasn't a good game.
Oh no, watch a let's play.
What's your let's play? I guess.
Oh, a little let's play Oboingo. They fucking- Hey, you want some good news?
Yeah, let's talk about something fucking fun, please.
Let's talk about something super fun. They from the Anime Ascension fighting game tournament, which is Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Under Night, and a fourth game, Dragon Ball. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle announced it was getting a dub.
Oh yeah.
It's a really good dub. It's the first time Under Night characters are being voiced in English, and I think Ian Seclair is playing like Gordeau, a guy with the scythe.
Mhm.
Nothing's been confirmed yet, but we can kind of tell. 9S is Hyde.
Oh, he's a great voice
Yeah.
actor.
A lot of people who are kind of like relatively like new. Or I
God,
don't know
you
how
need to-
new
you
he
need
is,
to
but
finish
I
Nier.
know.
You need to finish
know.
Nier to hear him like act.
Yeah,
Like,
I will finish
holy
it at some
shit.
point. I'm not gonna stream it, but I will finish it.
I forget his name is Kyle something or other.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that guy has some acting chops. Like
Uh-oh.
Nier is like such a fucking masterpiece, really, because of him.
I found out my main in Blaze Blue S finally getting an English voice. It's Makoto and Asuna, so that fucking just works out, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep, there you go.
But the reason why this is great is because like they started releasing a whole bunch of unique character intros between like crossover
Yeah, I
characters.
did see that one. That was really good.
There are so many, and they're all great. So that means that the story mode for that game is going to be a fucking blast to play through, and I will probably stream that.
But like wholeheartedly, like the whole idea behind that story mode is going to just be, if you're not a weeaboo even in the slightest, don't even bother.
No, if you don't like at least 2 of the games in this, I don't see a reason to buy it other than the fact it'll probably just be a decent fighting game.
I'm really curious to see the kind of crazy shit that's going to be going off in that game.
Yeah,
I want to see what all the fucking. That'll probably be your tag battle game. You'll be able to fucking drop DBZ and have a game that you actually enjoy.
I'm trading in DBZ for Cross Tag Battle.
When is it coming out?
June 5th.
Oh, okay.
And hey, guess what? I will be able to. That'll be the fighting game I can teach you because it has 4-player co-op or 4-player versus mode.
Oh.
Which I'm very, very excited about.
Oh wait, so like 4 people can all play. Oh
Teams of
shit!
2. Dragon Ball FighterZ kind of has that, but the thing with Dragon Ball FighterZ is like you don't really see it until you fully tag somebody in. Whereas with Cross Tag Battle, there are tons of moments where both characters are fighting at the same time, so you can start to do team combos and shit.
Oh man, that's gonna be so cool for
Or, like-
fucking attorneys, dude.
Or I can start the combo, call in your tag for the assist. You'll probably just be able to hit a button, and then just you keep going, and I jump out.
that's so
very excited.
Cool. I love that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, that game just looking better and better.
Yeah.
All right, that was a brief moment of joy, I'm sure.
Joy.
I can't remember what else we decided we were going to talk about.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things that were coming out, like in terms of news, but
I had stuff to talk about. I don't even remember what it was.
I think Ready Player One fucked us really hard.
Yeah.
Ready Player One was just, I don't think we were ready for how wrong we were going to be about that, and it's not necessarily our shit, but
And I think, and I said this before the podcast too. We were initially just gonna do like a separate hour after the podcast, just doing like full breakdown of Ready Player One. If it was bad, we would have had more content if Ready Player One was bad, but unfortunately it was good. So now you'll have to wait for us to finally watch the FMA movie, so we can do a spoiler cast for that.
God damn it, Sharon has been like on an FMA hype train. She just recently finished the original series, and she's on the Brotherhood right now, and she's just like crying every day.
Dude, I rewatched the end of Brotherhood with some people the other day. Arc System Works made the wrong fighting game. A Full Metal Alchemist fighting game would be so fucking dope.
It would be pretty cool.
Fucking Hawkeye, Roy Mustang,
I mean,
Armstrong.
they literally have a system set up for it, right? Because you can just change the drive button for alchemy.
Yeah.
That's all. Like,
It would have
an alchemy
been
button.
so fucking cool. But we got Dragon Ball, so whatever, I guess. It's because I think the rights for Full Metal Alchemist fighting game or
Square
video
Enix
games.
owns them.
Yeah, it's all Square Enix because
Yeah.
they own the show, the manga.
Mhm.
I think we researched that on stream recently, anyway.
And the only people they've been working with are Koei Tecmo right now for Dissidia,
yeah,
which is apparently getting content still.
Okay. So last week or 2 weeks ago, I said I forgot fighting game news. Yes, their first DLC character for Dissidia got announced. It is the villain, I guess.
It's
from
that
12.
guy from 12.
Yeah,
Who
who's-
nobody gives a shit about.
But guess what? He looks really cool. He like punches with swords, I think.
Yeah, he's cool, but
He's
like
dope
not
as shit.
really.
But
fucking...
I'm the only one who owns that game, so whatever, I guess.
Why couldn't they just bring? Also, you have Dissidia.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I own Dissidia.
I'll see how my refinances are next
Wait.
weekend, maybe.
No, wait. No one plays it. I'd play it, but like we could do private lobbies with like 1v1, but like the game's not built for that.
Yeah.
Dissidia is a super fun game. It just came out at the absolute worst time.
Yeah. Speaking of Final Fantasy, hey, Tabby got his own little studio now. Did you hear about that?
No, I
The
didn't.
Tabmeister, Luminous Industries, I think it's called.
Luminous Industries.
I think it might be Luminous Productions.
Shit, so that engine is going to see some more stuff, I guess.
I think specifically that Square Enix made a decision and they sat there and said, we put too much fucking work and time into this. Tabata, you know what? You have the most fucking know-how. It's yours. Just have it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's wise.
So he's working. He has been talking about how him and his like core team are working on a new title. It might just be Next Generation. Just think about it. We are like almost at the Next Generation. 2013? Yeah. Yeah, we're getting close to the 10-year mark. And even then, like,
don't do that to me.
what? So 360 was in 2006, and we got the
2005.
2005.
2006 was the PS4. No, PS3 and 360 was very end of 2005. We came out in 2006.
Yeah, so we're about at the midway to 75% mark of the 10-year mark, and we already had a recent release of like a 4K console. Hell, even the Cyberpunk guys, which by the way, there was Cyberpunk news.
That's right.
That came out, and they straight up said, "Hey, no microtransactions."
Yeah, guess what? The fact that we have to even do that is dumb. Yeah, your single player game doesn't have microtransactions.
It's got multiplayer, but it's not gonna have multiplayer at launch. But apparently they're saying it's gonna have really fucking cool multiplayer mode, and they said, "Listen, the world we're making, anything is possible. We can do whatever we want with the multiplayer. We're just not gonna do it right now."
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
But guess what? They said the single player won't have microtransactions.
Well, they didn't say anything about multiplayer.
Yeah.
But then again, like Gwent is apparently being handled really well too.
That's interesting considering it's a card game.
Yeah. And you would think, because you would think it'd be like perfect for microtransactions by card packs.
Yeah, but I guess that's not the way. I thought Gwent worked more like a traditional like poker or something like that.
I don't remember. I didn't play as much Gwent in The Witcher 3. Apparently, it was one of the best parts of the game. Honestly,
damn, that's why they made a whole game about it instead of like horse racing or fucking.
God damn it! But
yeah,
he came out and they said, it's not gonna be very. We still have classes. We still have all sorts of things going on. We're gonna see it at E3. I'm almost positive that Sony's gonna kill it this year. Either A, Sony's going to kill it out of the fucking park, or B, Microsoft's going to come at us really hard from this like sideline is super hard, which is both are really cool.
Could even sideline us with.
I don't know either, but they keep talking all this shit.
They probably are.
They keep talk. This is the most smack they've talked in a very long time.
Yeah, but
they are straight up saying this is our big dick swinging.
But PlayStation, guess what? They always let Microsoft throw that first punch.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is that, like they haven't
sitting there ready to hit down B. They're ready with a counter.
They have said like we are really excited for like the coming press conference, but they have straight up said this is going to be our craziest press conference ever.
I genuinely don't know what they could show that would.
I don't know either.
That I could go like, yeah, Xbox.
Maybe Phil's doing some shit on the deal. Maybe no. As in
Dark Side Phil?
No, what's his fucking name?
Oh, we missed that chance too.
Yeah, we did.
That guy got banned. Surprise! He told an 11-year-old to kill himself.
Oh, well.
Oops! You can't do that.
Well, I mean, apparently you also can't work at Twitch anymore with the layoffs. Heyo.
I think we found our closing story.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. So you can probably tell me more about it. I know Popcorn was fucking yelling about it. You better talk about it. But anyways, I don't know what they could silence. I know we said it last time. We're getting closer and closer every week. I'm super excited.
I don't want to do our pre-3 predictions podcast yet. We gotta wait a little more.
I know, but it's so close.
Middle of May, maybe end of May.
Wait, CEO doesn't happen as with E3 during E3 week, does it?
I don't think it does.
Oh, that would suck dick.
That would suck dick. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to go to CEO.
Yeah, but still,
we're not working it. I know that. We may be doing a panel, but
when is E3 this year?
We'll have to double check. But while you do that, I don't know if we're still going to be getting console generations. Honestly, the way the Pro has worked and like they just released the Xbox One X, that'd be a huge like punch in the stomach if like within even the next 2 years they're like, here's your new console.
Oh, okay, we're good. No,
I think we're
Beginning of the month is E3, and then end of the month is CEO.
Which, by the way, you have a room. Congrats.
Oh,
you're more than welcome to the OFN room.
Hey.
And it's in Daytona, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I'm not fucking driving back and forth if I'm doing that.
But yeah, no, I don't. I think console generations are done. I think we're just gonna keep getting like every couple of years. Here's your box that does a little better, and eventually it'll have a different name. But like. I think it's like, it's been 8 years, here's the cycle, bam. I think that's done.
I don't know.
Especially with the move where everything is like moving more towards like PCs, at least what Microsoft's strategy is. Is the Xbox One X modular still, or was that bullshit?
What do you mean modular?
They said something. I remember them saying something about it being modular, like you could upgrade it. That was a long time ago, right?
I don't think you can upgrade the X, but yeah, if they do some Mega Drive shit, that'd be pretty weird and cool, but weird.
I thought it had like a thing that you'd be able to like open it up, put something in, close it back up, but I guess that was super early stuff.
The only thing I think you can do that with is like hard drives.
All right, well, forget that. Let's talk about. Man, this has not been a happy podcast.
Ready Player One, hey.
Ready, yeah, but speaking of Twitch streams,
Jesus Christ.
there were huge layoffs at Twitch, which we are on right now.
Is that an
live.
Amazon problem?
Somebody there said that we got Amazoned.
Yeah. So Bezos showed up and it's like, "Hi, look at how much fucking money I make. Get out."
Yeah, apparently a lot of people got let go. Justin Wong, not fighting game Justin Wong, other Justin Wong.
Really?
Yeah, which a lot of OG people are gone now.
Blacklight Attack gone?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at it. Fuck, where's my phone? There's a list of a lot of the prominent people, but it's a lot of prominent.
Does Tyler still work there? Holy shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, huge layoffs. Like a lot of the people who started like Twitch up. It's really upsetting, and apparently working conditions at Twitch have not been super great this past year or so. I forgot what the website's called, Glassdoor. You can leave reviews for your employers and stuff. It's it hasn't been going too good. Sorry, we're both doing the research we should have done for the podcast. Oops. I completely forgot this happened, but it really sucks. Really sucks that like Twitch is quickly emerging as like really one of the premium entertainment like sources online now, and just staff is getting shafted. It really sucks.
I fucking hate Amazon. I hate that Amazon is such a good service, but the service is only good at the expense of other people. You know what I mean? It's not like customer service is brought to you at like they're a burgeoning sense of quality and they're such a good place to work for. Fuck off. Like they're a monopoly. Something needs to be done about these. And of course the American people are not going to do anything about it.
Do you want to know how they did it?
How they do it?
It's a live Google Hangouts call.
What?
It was literally pack your stuff up now and leave. They had like maybe an hour's notice. 25 employees got laid off. The company said that it conducted team adjustments in some departments, but it still has plans to increase headcount by 30% this year.
They can't do that. That's unsustainable. That's completely unsustainable. And the fucking, from what I've been hearing on the inside, I mean, I haven't just full fucking stop. This is all hearsay. I have not heard anything from any of my like actual sources in Twitch. I don't talk to my Twitch friends as much anymore, so I'm not gonna try to throw them under a fucking bus. But like just from like hearing about everything that's been going on, that's completely unsustainable. Like what? And that's once again the Amazon way, the Bezos way is just front loaded with shit. And if it doesn't work, fucking, I hate that about corporate America, man. Holy fuck. We're actually going through a similar situation where I work.
Yeah.
Where they are trying to centralize everything. They're doing the opposite. They're trying to centralize everything and make it so only one person handles multiple branches.
You've told me about this multiple times, yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's so stupid. Like, how do all people not fucking get it? How do they not fucking get? All they see is like the bottom dollar. Like, oh, it's good for like the month. Why are we hemorrhaging money so hard at the end of the year? Gee, I fucking wonder.
Yeah, it's fucked up. From the sounds of it, a lot of these guys are still going to be employed by Amazon for a few months. So they're good for now until they find other employment. And I wish them the best of luck. But the other name I saw there was Fish Sticks.
He's super prominent.
Yeah.
He's a super prominent
Ben
administrator.
Goldhaber. I hope I said that right. But to those guys out there, good luck. I'm sorry.
Fuck
that
off.
is fucking garbage. your turn. What's some good news that we can end on?
Jesus fuck. I don't even know.
Oh man,
I don't know. I'm looking at this picture of this. Who is this goth chick from
Danny Phantom.
How did Butch Hartman make the hottest looking goth chick of all time?
Dude, it's pretty strong.
It's a pretty strong goth chick.
Damn.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's been some stuff that has happened, but like I just haven't fucking paid much attention to the news actually, which I probably should.
Yeah, it's pretty upsetting. We've had a couple of slow. No, it's been a slow month.
There's
kinda
definitely
sucked for video
we
games.
apologize. We'll definitely have a lot more for the next podcast,
Yeah.
like handled and planned out.
Yeah, there were 100% things that we haven't talked about yet that I did want to talk about, but for the life of me, I
can't
cannot
remember
remember what they were.
I can't remember it. I feel like there's a couple things you're like, "Ooh, that's great."
So
that's great.
I need to. I'm gonna make the notes page right after this podcast on my phone, so that
Yeah.
next time the podcast comes around, I will have a list ready to go.
Oh shit, that's the fucking Nile. Just there's pregame discharge right there, like on the main page.
Yeah, I think we
Right at
talked
the
about
top.
all of it already. Unless there was another one. Oh, on trending. Hey,
Yeah,
big
on
shout out to
trending.
Lyle.
Good
Good job.
not even trending. They just show his show at the top.
Oh, cool.
Shout out to fucking Lyle, bro.
Nice. Put in some work. I don't know. We got 10 minutes. You want to do lightning round?
I mean, we could.
Want to do some questions?
Chat awake?
Chat, or is anyone even watching this? Did I actually hit stream? I hit local recording. I made sure of that.
I'm assuming.
Wouldn't that be the funniest prank, though? I always just thinking of stuff that like makes me giggle to myself.
Yeah.
The idea of someone thinking they've been streaming and the chat like pretending they've been streaming the whole time, like a fake chat.
Yeah.
God. Which, I mean, hey, if
Oh,
layoffs
Sonic-
keep happening, maybe no one will be streaming. Hope you guys find well-paying jobs at Smashbox or Hitbox, which we will be streaming to from now on.
I really want there to be a competitor, and I say that as an affiliate.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Twitch, love you. Amazon, fuck off. Like, straight up, Amazon's the fucking worst.
But the problem is, it's the same problem with YouTube, is that the install base on Twitch and YouTube
It's
are
just-
so large.
You make it there.
is-
You make it there first. There's no other way to patch
You're
up.
fucking stupid if you stream on a different service.
Yeah.
If you want to grow, there is no... Sorry, Mixer. I know you got Killer Instinct tournaments going on. Sorry, Aphex. No one's going to watch your tournament because it's not on Twitch.
Well, they were gonna watch it on Twitch anyway. So.
But congrats on your new team and your cooler color.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's another thing I have heard about is Pornhub. Apparently, people are really like gunning for Pornhub as a content like content creators are actually uploading shit there, and it's getting successful because Pornhub as a platform
Yeah.
is like, yeah, just do whatever you want.
Dude, is that going to stop being a joke? Where we're actually going to start, like, please look forward to the Senran Kagura retrospective and the fucking Fatal
I don't
review
think
on
so.
Pornhub.
I think they might have something on there. I think if there's anyone who can compete, it's Pornhub. Holy shit, Pornhub might save the internet.
Dude, this war is going to be crazy.
Oh, Ready Player Porn! Let's go!
Ready Porner 1. Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Man, what a time to be alive.
Ian from Forgotten Weapons and his mate uploaded a few videos with full gun and trigger reviews as an experiment, and it went great for them. Yeah, like, holy shit. Here we are thinking about Facebook, and then Facebook got fucked. That's another thing. Oh, man.
Hey, now we found our closing topic. Hey guys, are you one of the trillions of people who use Facebook?
Zuckerberg would like you to know he is deeply sorry for doing the thing that we allowed him to do for so long.
Yeah, he's like, I thought you guys were okay with it because you kept hitting okay in the terms of agreement.
You just kept pressing the like button. We thought it was
I saw
fine.
you. Listen, when you poked Cindy, I thought it was okay to sell that to the government. Maybe you should have done it in real life. No, because I would have heard it on your phone.
Yeah.
Man, oh goddamn man.
Well, there's not really much to talk about. That I once again, as far as I know, the Cambridge Analytica situation is more Like the most knowledge I have about that is from fucking Mr. Philip DeFranco.
Oh boy.
So God bless him. But you know, Jesus, I would love now. A part of me is like, yo, Pornhub, step up, motherfucker. Let's do it, dude.
And guess what? They could settle it in like a big esports arena. That's
Oh,
how they do it.
fuck yeah, dude!
Let's get this headcanon
I
going.
would love to be sponsored by Pornhub tonight.
Oh, remember they tried. They tried to do esports teams.
Oh,
They're
they
like,
fucking got
yeah,
because they're it's not professional enough.
yeah. Well, guess what?
Because they're
You're kind of right.
yeah.
But also, once it's a big gaming website, then they'd have to change their name, wouldn't they?
I'm assuming they
I
have
hope
to
not, but they would have to.
Entertainment Hub. I don't know, they can go a lot of routes. They have it.
Maybe just P Hub.
P Hub.
Yeah, P for play.
Play Hub. Hey.
Hub. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh man. Hey, Pornhub, please sponsor us.
If you don't want to sponsor us, save the internet, please.
Yeah, save the internet and still send us money.
Yeah.
YouHub. Oof.
Oh, they already have a YouPorn, so
That might cause some controversy. But then all the other porn websites try to get in on the action too. That's part 2 of the war. That's book 2.
Yo, who's IOI in the Pornhub universe?
Oh man, it's gonna be.
Is it Spark Bang or X Videos?
No, it had to be something really corporate. It
It
would have to be Pornhub.
have to be-
Unfortunately, they would have to be the villain for a bit.
Maybe they start off. They live long enough to be the villain.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh man, dude, the great porn wars of 2025 were crazy. All right.
The porn riots.
X-Hamster is the true villain. All right, guys, 5 minutes left. Get your questions in the chat. If you're watching us on YouTube, I guess, well, I'll do this part now because I've been meaning to say this. If you're watching this on YouTube, I can't give exact dates, but we're every other Friday from 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you come in and watch, sometimes we'll be doing this, where we ask questions of the chat. Yeah. If you're watching us on Twitch, if you got in late, this will be uploaded to YouTube.
At some point.
Expect tomorrow, but be ready for Monday.
Expect the best.
Yeah. Expect
be ready for the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Promise nothing, deliver less. Is still the best.
God damn it.
So we'll give chat a second, but just kind of wrapping up things to look forward to. April 8th, the Fatal Book. No one even cares anymore. But
Far Cry 5
I have
is
to do
going
it
to
now.
give it a shot. Senran Kagura is going to get the
Weeaboo Power Hour.
The footage off the ground is finally going to be uploaded to the Dropbox. So that'll be a thing.
Yeah.
Mainly because I'm not going to try to be as crazy as I was going to be with it because it's just there's time constraints.
Yeah.
Full-time job and everything.
Oh, are you? By the way, we'll talk about it after. Actually, it's more business than needs to be on the podcast. I guess.
Okay.
It involves Dropbox.
Oh, okay.
Oh
yeah, I think payment. Yakuza 6, man. All right.
Yakuza 6 will. I mean, I'll play it if I can afford it. I probably won't though.
Yeah, I won't either. I like how chat fucking lit up for the porn conversation with the moment we told him to give us something. He got nothing.
I got nothing.
Fucking rum, bro.
Guys, it's been a very slow 2 weeks.
It has.
Or it's been a mysterious 2 weeks where all of the topics just
floated away in the ether. They're
I
all
guess
gone.
that means that this really is the last episode. There's no more video games to talk about.
No, you have the best fucking. We have to get to 8 at least. Was it 8?
We have to get to 8. I should have put 8 as this one. Because I talked about Jets. We both talked about Jet Set Radio. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, neither did I.
Oh, but spoilers for episode 8.
It's a Jet Set Radio theme, and it's fucking cool.
Oh, man.
Looks great.
All right.
No, fuck it. I guess we're not going to do lightning round because chat.
Fuck it.
Chat lit up for the porn, but I guess.
Oh, well. Well, I have been Max. You can follow me on Twitter at MAXX or on Twitch at everything is MAXX. But like the words, like MA and then the word double and then X. People don't really get that. I came up with it when I was in like elementary school. I thought I was the smartest fucking kid alive, but apparently I was too smart. I was a genius.
Too smart for fucking TV, boy.
I was gonna follow Phil at Phil's her or it's Phil Mang.
It's Phil Ming. Was it what?
Twitch is twitch.tv/FillsHer, HUR, and your Twitter is it's Fills Her Mang. Why don't you just write in English? Damn it!
Oh, it's just it's fills her. It fills her mang.
Yeah, if you're on Twitch, that's it. If you're in mobile or if you're on YouTube, the links are there already.
Oh, just fucking follow the links.
Do you have stuff you want to see us talk about specifically? Hit us up on Twitter. Let us know. Put it in the comments on YouTube. Put it in the comments on Twitch. Let us know on our streams.
God,
Bother us.
Why haven't we been doing any of that?
I don't know. Get a make up a hashtag. You kids like those hashtags?
Make it racist.
Yeah, hashtag fucko boingo on Twitter. We'll look at it. We'll take in your topics.
The new podcast, Fucky Wucky. Turn this.
I'm gonna end the podcast now.
Get up and turn the fucking podcast off.
God.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a wonderful day.
Hold on.
Do yourselves a favor. Go and take a nap.
I can't believe you're actually still doing that. I thought that was just a joke for the first one, but
No, it's 6-1 in. We're gonna have a 7th one.